Welcome in to another beer review with yours truly, Nutmeg 2 Palmetto, coming to you as always from my Midland studio down in South Carolina. Look at this little party I've got going on here. Not only do you get one beer review today, but you get two, because these two beers cannot possibly be reviewed without the other. It's just not right. These are from a brewery in the upstate, one of my favorite breweries in the upstate. I featured them before on the channel, but as a short, so I think this is the first time I will be featuring them as a full-length, long-form video. 13 Stripes Brewery. They are out of Taylor, South Carolina, tucked a little above downtown Greenville. So these are actually the second iterations of a recent series they did. I was fortunate enough to have these sent to me by a friend and fellow South Carolina beer influencer at Beer Me Greenville. That's at Beer Me GVL. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram. He just did a giveaway recently for a follower milestone. So pop up his follower count a little bit more. So these two are called Friend 2 and Foe 2. Not photo, foe, like friend and foe, but these are the second iterations of previous beers, friend and foe. I will say that I've tried both of the original iterations, and they were, I can't remember which one was which, but one of them was strictly Citra and one of them was strictly Mosaic, and I was kind of half in, half out on whether or not I liked them or not. I finished both of them, but I wasn't too big a fan. And Brian at Beer Me Greenville said, no, you have to try the two. You have to try the two of each. So he was nice enough to send me these one of each, and I will crack open both of them, pour them out for you, and we'll go over them. 13 Stripes, as always, has remarkable can art. They always put a little story on the back too. So the Friend 2, you look at the can, it's got skulls. It's got eagles, it's got hops, hop blossoms. The little blurb on the back, he that would make his own liberty secure must guard even his enemy from oppression. For if he violates this duty, he establishes a precedent that will reach to himself. And that is, of course, a quote by Thomas Paine, famous early American and very well-known regular on the back of 13 Stripes cans. Now the and Foe 2, and this may be a little tougher to read because of the color schemes. The can design itself is pretty similar. It's got the skulls, it's got the little pitchforks, it's got the hops, it's got the American Eagle. It's got a little crown on it. Did this one have crown? Yes, it did. It did have the crowns on the front as well. So the and Foe 2. I would love to be able to read this to you, but it's kind of hard to read. He that would make his own, maybe it's the same quote. It might be the same quote. I won't waste any more of that time. So this one, the and Foe 2, is Citra and Mosaic Hazy IPA. And the Friend 2 is a Citra and Mosaic IPA. So I guess this will be a good example of if there's a difference between an IPA and a Hazy IPA. Now, normally when you think of just a regular IPA, you think of more of maybe this is just a stateside thing, but like an American IPA where it's a little more malty, a little more bitter backbone, that sort of thing. And then of course a Hazy has more of a forward juice factor, soft, kind of more of a soft palate. So what do you say we crack these two open and let's get going. Now, you can definitely notice a difference in the color between the two. So this is the Friend, It's got a little bit more of a darker hue to it. Still pretty bright and juicy. And then the Info is very thick, very orange, very juicy. So they're definitely different. Despite the fact that both of them are a combination of the two hops, Citra and Mosaic. And despite the fact there's definitely a difference between one being classified as a regular IPA and the other one being classified as a hazy IPA. So let's get a little whiff of the aroma, shall we? So this is the Friend 2. And I'm getting a very like ample juiciness aroma to it. This is kind of like a more orange, more mango, like very kind of heavy, almost pineapple. Very heavy type of juice notes. The Info 2 similar, very similar, but a lot more subtle. The Friend 2 has a much more stronger aroma than the Info 2. And maybe a little bit more hoppy as well. So, with that being said, I got 2 beers to drink, so let's not waste any more time and take a sip of each of these, shall we? This is the Friend 2. Okay. This is the Info 2. Cleanse my palate a little bit, as much as I can. Okay, they're definitely different. So, as you heard me mention, they are definitely very, very different beers, as all good beer reviewers should. When taste testing 2 different beers, cleanse the palate. The Friend 2, they're both had a very high juice factor. So already off the bat, because I know what the Friend 1 and the Info 1 both taste alike. These are both way more juicier than the ones. They blow those 2 out of the water. The Friend 2 though still has a bit of a piney, bitter, high hop forward flavor to it. Like there's still a lot more bite in this. It's more of a high citrus, juice forward type of hoppy bitterness, but it's definitely there and noticeable. Now the Info 2, I say this like it's one word. It's a ampersand faux 2. Cleanse that palate, boys and girls. The Info 2, I felt had a much more softer type of juicy flavor. See, the bite on this one is more in the mouthfeel. This didn't have so much of the bite in the mouthfeel. The bite was in the flavor. This one's got a bite right up front on the tip of your tongue, but it mellows out. And it has a rather soft finish. So, I think I know why Brian at Beer Me Greenville likes the Friend 2, because he has more of a preference towards West Coast style. And I think, as we spoke about offline before I tried these, I think I know why I thought that I would like the Info 2 better, because I have more of a preference towards New England style and more of a juice forward type of flavor. So they're definitely different beers. The aroma is a lot more similar to each other than the flavor is. The aroma, I just thought one was stronger, one was more subtle, but it was the same type of notes. The flavor, very, very, very different type of beers. One is soft up front, bitter on the back end. The other one's bitter up front, soft on the back end. And for 13 Stripes to create two different beers with the same types of hops and make them more or less completely different beers, bravo. Because like I said, they're the exact same hops. It's just probably just a matter of one being fermented or whirlpooled or whatever. There's just probably some slight difference in the actual brewing process itself to create the very subtle differences between the two beers. If you want more from me, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop, coming straight to you on your phone, tablet, mobile device, computer, what have you. If you want to recommend a beer to me or maybe even send me a beer, go and get in my inbox, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. We'll chat it up and sort out all the fine details. If this wasn't enough of me for you and you got social media, go ahead and follow me on those channels, TikTok and Instagram @nutmeg2palmetto. Find me there for all the rest of my little zany hijinks and antics and that sort of thing. If social media is not your thing, go ahead and subscribe and download to the Upstate Beer Boys podcast. My co-hosts and I travel all around the Palmetto State to breweries and tap rooms, get the stories of the entrepreneurs in these businesses out there into the open. Let's give it a little bit of extra humanity to this little funny world and carefree world of craft beer that a lot of us seem to be partaking in these days. In any event, oh man, what am I going to do? Double cheers here? Friend. Foe. Until I see you next time, folks. Cheers.